Listen as Shelle shares insights from Yinka Perry's amazing presentation to the ladies during the virtual wellness event.
I was writing while Yinka was talking, and I wanted to share a couple things with you, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the next part. Um, it's great to get spiritual counseling. I give it all the time. I pray for people. I um, forward them to other Christian people. I do all of that. I get calls all in the middle of the night. I go to people's houses. I do all the things that a Christian leader should do. But here is a secret that I'd like to share with you, lovely ladies. I am not a counselor. I am not a therapist. I am not a psychiatrist. I have never taken classes for that. The closest thing to classes that I have taken is for behavior intervention with little babies. Okay. And the difference between behavior intervention and going to somebody who wants to, like Yinka said, sit down and talk with you and help you work through things, is my job is to deal with your little children that are making poor choices. So I'm not trying to sit down and talk with them. I'm trying to get them to make better choices. So it's a two-part equation. I need my spiritual self to be intact with God. We got to be on a one-on-one with God, right? But God gave us counselors and therapists, and He gave us psychiatrists. Let us not think that we don't need to go to those people because all I need is God. God gave us those people. We can look at David. We can look at Job. We can look at Sister Esther. There are many places in the Bible, Joseph, where people were low, at their lowest of low, where they were burdened, where they were depressed, right? So this is not something that's foreign to people that follow after God. So, yes, it is important that we seek out our spiritual leaders. I'm not a minister, but you want to seek out your pastors and your spiritual leader at your church. You want to do that. That's important. You need people to pray with you. You need to get godly women around you to keep you lifted up. But nothing takes the place of going to a professional person that is licensed to deal with your brain. We don't want to pay professionals to help us to get through some stuff. And let me tell you, I don't have a vested interest in this. I don't get paid for what I do. As I said, I'm not a licensed professional. I will tell you that I have seen licensed professionals and I have paid for them. I will share with you before we move to the next person. I'm a survivor of sexual abuse, of physical abuse. And thank you so much, Tanisha. And I'm just going to tell you the truth. I was angry for a really, really, really long time, to the degree that I would fight men or women. I didn't care who you were. That's why I work so well with you, because I know that kind of blackout anger. That just blackout, and you come back to yourself and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that, right? That came from me trying to hold everything inside, trying to keep, I was told that house business is house business. You don't need to go talk to anybody. You don't need to share. You just keep it all inside. And then one day, y'all, I was at work. I was a manager on the floor talking to an employee standing behind the counter. I don't know. My brain just said, you know what, baby, I'm done. I cannot deal with no more stuff. And I began to cry. And I could not stop. And at that point, I did not have a choice but to go see somebody. And it took a long time because I had unresolved forgiveness that I needed to give to people. I had all this anger. Wouldn't it have been better had I gone to somebody ahead of time, as I could start to work through those feelings before they got so overwhelming that my cup overflowed and I couldn't contain it anymore? Because it was a huge disruption in my life. I had to just stop everything to take care of it. Christian people suffer with mental illness. They suffer with anxiety. They suffer with depression. That doesn't make me less Christian because I go through these things. It makes me a part of a messed up, sinful world. That's what it makes me a part of.